This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening. Welcome to the City of Warrenville City Council regular meeting. It is Monday, May 16th, 2022. I have a roll call, please.
Alderman Ashour,
Here.
Alderman Berry,
Here.
Alderman Davalos, Alderman Goodman,
Here.
Alderman Krischel,
Here.
Alderman Kruckenberg,
Here.
Alderman Lockett,
Here.
and Alderman Widener.
Here.
Thank you. Alderman Davalos?
I move to make Alderman Berry as temporary chairman.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. And we also have Alderman Goodman, who is here with us electronically. She has notified us that she would not be able to be here tonight. And so Alderman Goodman will be deemed authorized to attend the meeting electronically unless a motion objecting to the members' electronic attendance is made and seconded and approved by 2/3 of the members of the public body physically present at the meeting. Does anyone wish to make a motion? Okay, hearing no objection, I declare that the Alderman Goodman will be able to be present electronically. Thank you. And now for the Pledge of Allegiance, if you'd please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we do have a proclamation this evening. This is the proclamation for the National Public Works Week, which is May 15th through May 21st. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of people. And whereas public work services are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees, and who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens of Warrenville to understand the importance of public works and public works programs. And whereas May 15th through the 21st marks the National Public Works Week, sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Therefore, I, David L. Brummel, Mayor of the City of Warrenville, do hereby proclaim May 15th through the 21st, 2022, as National Public Works Week in the City of Warrenville, and I call upon all citizens and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the challenges involved in providing public works services and to recognize the contributions which public works employees make every day to our health, safety, and comfort and quality of life. Thank you very much to Public Works. Okay, now on to citizens' comments. We have one person, Bob Siebert, if you'd like to come to the microphone, please.
Bob Siebert, Albright Court. During a public hearing, the developer for the senior citizen apartment complex on Batavia Road stated they would not require any TIF funds. Now we have a situation. The city of Warrenville is about to redirect hundreds of thousands of dollars of property taxes away from the fire district, the park district, and the other taxing districts. What is the economic justification to redirect hundreds of thousands of dollars from the taxing districts on this property since there were no public expenditures?
Thank you. Now on to official and staff comments. I would like to make the following announcements, please. We did have a very successful bike rodeo this last weekend. It was on Saturday. We had quite a few families that showed up with several children. It was great because they didn't all come at one time. They kind of spread themselves out, so it was great. All the kids had a fun time when they went through the little safety town, and they got their bikes all checked out for making sure their tires were all filled and the brakes were working. And I'd like to thank the Recycled Bicycle Shop here in Warrenville for helping us out with that. And the fire department was here, the police department was here. The kids got their bikes all registered. Actually, we had a couple adults that came over and actually had their bicycles registered with the police department. So it was actually a very great event, and I'd like to thank everyone who came, but also all the people who volunteered their time to do that. Secondly, as I mentioned, this is National Public Works Week, so the Public Works Department will have a food drive called Fill a Truck, and that is this Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the lower level lobby of City Hall, and you'll be able to drop off items that are needed. Public Works will also have an open house this Thursday, the 19th, from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And there will be Memorial Day services, which will take place on May 30th. There are several of them. Assumption Cemetery will be at 10 a.m. at the graveside of Timothy J. Leonard, and at the Warrenville Veterans Memorial at 11 a.m., and also at the Warrenville Cemetery between 12 and 12:30 at the flagpole for all veterans. So the VFW will be having brats and hot dogs after the Warrenville Cemetery event. So everyone is invited to that. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Right now, my mistake, I was supposed to check to see if there were any other comments. So we have a caller on the line. Do you have any comments to make this evening? I guess we have, okay. Caller, are you there? Hello? Okay. And I think we had no emails this evening. Okay. So that's the end of comments at the moment. Okay, also then clerk, do you have any comments? Okay. Treasurer's not here. Alderman, any comments? Alderman Widener?
I'm not sure if the caller's having difficulty getting through, but I see the box lighting up like they are trying to converse. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Good. I just wanted to be clear that we weren't overlooking any public participation. Thank you. That's all I had.
Okay, Alderman Goodman?
Yeah, I wanted to mention that the CDC data on the COVID pandemic shows that in the past week, the US death toll directly due to this terrible virus passed 1 million people. That's an unimaginable number, greater than the entire population of Boston and Pittsburgh combined. I don't think it's easy to wrap our heads around how many people have lost loved ones and casual acquaintances and people who have just been part of our lives for a long time. I know it's hit my family personally twice, and many other people I know have lost those that they love. We talk a lot about this pandemic being over and wanting to get back to normal, but for someone who's lost their loved one, it's never really going to be normal again. I think we should all just heal by remembering those that we've loved and focus today, maybe just for a moment, on the grief that the people around us and the people in our community have gone through, and trying to find ways to be there for each other to help with that grief.
Thank you, Alderman Goodman. Anyone else? Okay. City Administrator?
Thank you. A couple of quick notes that I've misplaced. Just on the whole COVID matter, just for what it's worth, given all the resurgence and several people that I've known that have had positive results very recently, I got my second booster last Friday, so I'm doing whatever I can. I want to thank everybody who has been vaccinated, gotten boosters, et cetera. You're definitely helping to slow the spread and protect everyone else, including yourselves. According to DuPage County, I checked again today, they still have the county listed at the community level of medium. You can go on the DuPage County Health Department dashboard. They'll give more data about what that means, how they measure it. It has to do with hospital beds, the number of positive test results, et cetera. They're keeping track of that. We really want to get that back down to a low level. We certainly don't want to go to a high level, but it has not changed in a number of weeks now. And finally, some of us at City Hall at the meeting are wearing masks. They are recommended. They're not required at City Hall. It's just a prudent practice that some of us are using just because of the increased surge and concerns about the continuing pandemic, which someday hopefully we'll be able to treat as another type of virus, but at this point it doesn't seem to be at that point yet. Thank you.
Thank you. Attorney? Okay, thank you. Now on to the approval of the agenda. Alderman Winder?
I just want to check before I make the motion to see if there's any one who wants to remove any items from the agenda. If not, move to approve the agenda for the May 16th, 2022 City Council regular meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. May we have a roll call, please?
Alderman Krokenberg.
Aye.
Alderman Davalos.
Aye.
Alderman Berry.
Aye.
Alderman Chrisell.
Aye.
Alderman Goodman.
Aye.
Alderman Lockett.
Aye.
Alderman Widener.
Aye.
And Alderman Ashour.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Alderman Widener, would you like to do the approval of the minutes, please?
Certainly, thank you. I move to approve the minutes of the May 2nd, 2022 City Council regular meeting and to approve the minutes of the May 2nd, 2022 City Council closed session number 1, closed session number 2, and closed session number 3, and to approve the minutes of the May 9th, 2022 Community Development Committee meeting.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Clerk, roll call, please.
Alderman Lockett.
Aye.
Alderman Chrisell.
Aye.
Alderman Davalos.
Aye.
Alderman Widener.
Aye.
Alderman Ashour.
Aye.
Alderman Krokenberg.
Aye.
Alderman Berry.
Aye.
And Alderman Goodman.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. Now on to the consent agenda. A, accept staff recommendation and waive second reading and pass ordinance O2022-18, approving the purchase of the Estes property at 30W121 Estes Street in the amount of $202,500. No, is that right? Okay. B, accept staff recommendation, waive second reading, and pass ordinance O2022-19, amending Title III, Chapter 2 of the City Code to decrease the number of Class 2A liquor licenses from 8 to 7. C, accept staff recommendation, waive second reading, and pass ordinance O2022-20, amending Title VII, Chapter 4C of the City Code and authorizing a 10% water rate increase and a 10% sewer rate increase effective May 1st, 2022. D, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass resolution R2022-19, approving a revocable right-of-way permit and covenant agreement that would allow the property owner at 3S604 Glen Drive South to install and maintain private fence improvements in an unimproved city right-of-way. E, accepts Community Development Committee recommendation and pass resolution R2022-20, approving the final engineering agreement with Engineering Resource Associates Incorporated for the final engineering design of the Mack Road Path and Bridge Replacement Project in the amount of $391,600. F, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass resolution R2022-21, approving the IDOT local agency agreement, which reflects a local cost share of $142,320. G, accept Community Development Committee recommendation and pass resolution R2022-22, approving the First Amendment to the Communications Site Lease Agreement with T-Mobile Central LLC. H, accept City Clerk and Attorney's recommendation and pass resolution R2022-23, approving certain minutes of certain closed meetings of the City Council for release and authorizing the destruction of certain verbatim recordings of closed session meetings prior to December 31, 2019. I, accept staff recommendation and pass resolution R2022-24, approving an agreement between the City of Warrenville and Morton Salt Incorporated for the purchase of bulk rock salt. J, accept staff recommendation and pass resolution R2022-25, approving the expenditure of motor fuel tax revenue in the amount of $302,141 during FY 2023 for the maintenance of streets and highways as required under the Illinois Highway Code. K, receive and file minutes of the Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Awareness Committee meeting held January 18, 2022. L, receive and file minutes of the Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Awareness Committee meeting held March 15, 2022. M, receive and file minutes of the Bicyclist and Pedestrian Advisory Committee meeting held on April 12, 2022. N, receive and file report of invoices paid up to May 10, 2022 in the amount of $79,760.86. O, authorize expenditures for invoices due on or before June 6, 2022 in the amount of $242,392.28. P, receive and file report of MasterCard debit card expenditures for the month of April 2022 in the amount of $15,044.71. Alderman Widener?
Move to approve the agenda as presented by Mayor Pro Tem Barry.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Clerk, could we have a roll call, please?
Alderman Widener,
Aye.
Alderman Ashour,
Aye.
Alderman Lockett,
Aye.
Alderman Berry,
Aye.
Alderman Davalos,
Aye.
Alderman Chrisell,
Aye.
Alderman Goodman,
Aye.
Alderman Krokenberg.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Motion passes. We have nothing under the regular agenda, nothing under unfinished business or new business, and no closed session this evening. So all I need is another motion, please. Alderman Widener.
Move to adjourn?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Voice vote? Okay, clerk? Oh, I'm sorry, voice vote? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, Alderman Rydberg, that was an aye?
Alderman Goodman.
Or Goodman, excuse me.
I'm over here.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just delayed.
It was just slightly delayed, that's why I wondered. Okay, so, motion passes and we are adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.